Hey guys, I'm on location in Indian Land, just south of Ballantyne. Ain't that pretty? Look at that, with the fountain. This is like the little roundabout. I'm in Longbrook. It's got an E on the end. Sometimes known as Longbrooke European Estates, which you'll see why here within a minute. And I've got a guy that's built 360 custom homes as a builder, Rod, in the car with me. And I told him, I hate it if you're right and I'm wrong. He says you ought to start this video looking at those lanterns. Yeah, there are gas lanterns here in Longbrook, all the way from the front gate, which we're about ready to see, to every house in here. Just south of Ballantyne, Indian Land, South Carolina. There's the gate, gated community. Backing up to Possum Hollow. Here's a lot for sale right here on the front corner. Here's a house that was built some time back. But we're coming up on a lot, and you like this cul-de-sac because, Rod?
I like cul-de-sacs is because if it's a family that's going to be building, you do not have the traffic. It's quiet, and soccer and football and anything else can be played out here, and you really don't have to worry about it.
Lot number 4 is for sale. That backs up to Possum Hollow. Now, there's a builder that we like named Ron Stevens, and he's got a lot or two tied down, including this one. How do you feel about this lot?
This is a great lot, lot 80. This has got you got the sun coming in from the back side of the house. Some morning sun, some great views off the back balcony, having a cup of coffee, looking down into the woods in the morning. And again, a great lot for children and grandchildren.
So what we'd like to do, guys, if you're a $1.5 million buyer, you know, could get in here for less than that. You might look at the lots. The lots are really reasonably priced, mostly under $200. But again, by the time, depending, we get your dream home built, that price can go up. And we'd like to connect you with a lender, unless you're paying cash, but a construction to perm loan is a different type of financing that you may be familiar with. We'd like to walk you through all the moving parts. And then, let's just say you're calling from Seattle or from Connecticut, and you say, hey, I like that one lot on the cul-de-sac. Then I'll get Rod out here. Rod, what would we do with the camera? We'd walk the lot?
We'd walk the lot. We would pull the copy of the survey up so you can see the dimensions, and then we can talk about the strengths of the lot and how you'd want to design a house for the lot.
So what we would do, we shoot that video directly for my YouTube subscriber and make it easy for them to yay or nay it, or to get on a plane and come out and put their boots on the ground. Now, again, if they happen to call any of the listing agents, and there are a number of lots here, I think they're shooting themselves in the foot because, hey, that listing agent has the best interest of the seller, and once they sell the lot, they're out of it. So having us as a buyer agent could be extremely helpful, especially with your knowledge, Rod. So now here are a couple of lots that a local prominent agent has listed. Just without getting out, what do you think about those lots?
It's a substantial drop-off. In fact, you'd probably end up with 30 to 40 courses a block on the back of the house, which would be, well in excess of $60,000 to $70,000 before you really begin to pour the slab.
Well, then again, they would probably have a nice place to, what, you say, launch a rocket or?
Yes.
Okay, you told me this recently, but that little drive-through, that's classy. What is it?
That's a porte-cochere, and that room to the right is either an office or a guest suite, and then again you've got all wood doors in the back and in that courtyard.
It's lovely.
And
I noticed here, by the way, they're using this up at the front, some kind of a stone. It's just lovely.
Yeah.
And so this is some good looking architecture. And guess what, guys? It's behind the gate, so you may have never seen it. We sure would love to help you. Now, again, this Ron Stevens is a builder that I would be very happy to get you in front of. And you want to make sure you have a good relationship with the builder. Now, you mentioned, we're going to talk about this lot, that fire hydrant. Is that good?
Fire hydrant's good because your insurance rates are going to you'll get a credit on that because just the access to water and not having to run hoses several hundred yards.
Now, you mentioned a statement lot. What are we seeing here?
When you see a statement lot, if you look, I think we've counted 5 at least 25-inch oak trees right at the front of the lot.
Wow.
And So it makes a statement when you go in.
And we actually put our feet on the ground there. What's your assessment of this lot?
It's a great lot. It would work very well for a walkout basement and balcony off the main living area. The master, if you have a separate master, maybe on a third floor, you would have some great views looking down into the area below.
Wow. So this was listed, and again, don't call the listing agent, call us. You need a buyer agent, and then we would get you a video if you like, if you're out of town, of the lot, or Rod could meet you here and walk the lot with you and talk about it, talk about what kind of house you like. The builder, Ron Stevens, has lots of years of experience and lots of plans, and he has his own ideas. But again, we would be representing you as a buyer agent and walking you through all of the many nuances. Here's another one right here. This is probably similar, isn't it?
Similar, but you don't have the big trees up front.
Yeah, good point. So guys, if you think, if you're $1.5 million buyer or up, we could help you spend more if you want. Always thinking about comps though, but I mean, why spend 2 or 3 if you don't have to? The lots are reasonably priced. The neighborhood is extremely lovely, and it's gated, and we can provide some real value here. It's funny because there are production houses that are costing $1 million. We drove through a neighborhood or two like that earlier. I'm going to drive down and show you this cul-de-sac. I remember when this had just this. I remember when this house on the left was being built. It's probably been 4 or 5 years, let alone the other ones. But look what they did. That little drive-through is kind of neat, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yep. Circular driveway is nice. You typically have to have a lot that's going to allow you to have 100-foot spread in order to get the driveway cut with a right radius.
If you're built down like that, you've got some issues you're going to need some kind of a pump station, right?
You're going to need, we try not to want to flush toilets uphill.
I heard everything runs downhill.
Yes.
So here's another one here. Again, interesting little roof line. Is there a name for that little flange?
It's called a farmhouse roof line.
Yeah, I see a little hip element up at the top. I used to call that a Dutch clip. Did you ever call it that?
We just call it farmhouse, but that's more of a contemporary window that they've installed with it. So
with the way the grids are.
Yes. Yep.
Cool. Nice. Well, you certainly act like you know a thing or two. So again, guys, I can't stress you enough. If you like me, you'll love this guy. If you're a $1 million, $2 million, $3 million buyer. So they're using. What's your opinion on a concrete block crawl as opposed to like a poured wall?
The concrete block is very functional. When those blocks when they get the correct height done, they're going to bring a pumper and a concrete truck out here and pump the whole thing solid. So there's probably 2 to 3 rebar running through that. So that foundation is going to hold the house up.
That's important, right? Everything's got to pass engineering and building codes and yada yada yada. So guys, there's some real opportunities here. Please don't get yourself in a tizzy trying to look for everything and call every agent. What I would want you to do is give me a call and let me introduce you to somebody that can really help you in site selection, because it may be here, it may not be here, maybe somewhere else. And the nice thing is, if you call one of these agents, they're only going to show you their property. If you call me, we're going to show you all the properties in your budget and get what you want. Here's another lot on the corner. That's probably a high crawl, maybe a basement, right?
That'll be a basement, but that home over there is awfully close.
Yeah. So those are all considerations. I notice you talk a lot about light, the direction of the light. That's something that not everybody thinks through.
You want to try and avoid the western sun being on the back of the house, because the back of the home is where you're going to have a majority of all the glass windows. And it's an energy consideration, and you can spend as much as another 40% in required energy because of what the sun's doing on those windows.
And how important are building materials? I heard you mention, being from building in Florida, that you would sometimes, because of hurricanes, use a higher strength wind resistance.
Yeah, we built our homes to withstand 140 mile an hour winds, and that's inclusive of all the walls, all the windows and doors, and all the roof lines.
Well, every site is specific. These are built way up high. That one's been here for a number of years. Guys, give me a call if I've helped you today, along with Rod, and I think we have. Hit that subscribe button, couple it with a phone call and say, yeah, I'm a $1 million, $2 million buyer, and let us help you get where you want to be. I'll see you in the next video.